Hello and welcome back to Girl Talk. We are having a great old time hanging out here at William Thomas Custom Jewelry. It really is a great spot to just relax. Very not uptight when it comes to jewelry stores, right? Very unassuming. We're going to talk about a big topic right now. We're joined today by Dr. Ashley Woyak, who is with Forward Natural Medicine. We've learned a lot from you over the months that we've been talking to you. Thanks for returning.
Yeah, I love coming on. It's great.
It's amazing to me how many different health problems you can help people with without having to go through a medical doctor or through prescriptions and things of that nature. Today we're talking about infertility. How common is that?
It is becoming very common, and that's why I want to start doing more of it in my practice, because a lot of women or couples just aren't getting results, or they're spending, $20-some thousand on IVF at the end of it, but insurance typically doesn't cover. So a conservative number is about 1 in 10 couples have infertility issues, but a more realistic, what the research is showing, is almost 1 in 4 couples have issues with infertility. So, and I'm just worried, what's it going to go in the future if it's already like this?
Right.
So.
And then with IVF, there's that kind of risk, if you want to call it that. Maybe it's a blessing of having multiples and things of that nature too.
And just all the hormones you have to take, and
Right.
there's definitely side effects to it.
Yes.
So when it comes to the lab work, what type of labs are important for couples with a family?
Yeah, so most couples, before they come to see me, have already gone to their medical doctor, an OB-GYN or a fertility specialist, and they've gotten hormone testing done, so their estrogens, progesterone, testosterone, things like that. There's hormones called FSH and LH. They kind of are making sure you're ovulating, actually. So most couples have that already, but they're missing some really good labs that doctors are kind of just thinking aren't important, that are really, really important when addressing infertility. So just looking at your blood sugar, how is that? Because if your blood sugar is going like this all day, that's going to affect your hormones. Something so simple as that. Are you anemic? Like if you don't have enough iron, enough red blood cells, there's no way you're going to get pregnant. What's your thyroid function like? And are they even doing enough of the lab test for thyroid? We've talked about that before.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And a lot more. So, and those are just your basic things, and if they're not correct, then it's going to be really hard to give hormones and get pregnant that way.
So Dr. Ashley, you are all about natural methods if possible, and you just mentioned some really easy ways to check into things.
Yeah.
What are some other ways that you would approach this differently than a medical doctor?
Yeah, so medical doctor's great, and I love working hand in hand with them. So don't think I'm like, oh, don't do IVF or something. Sometimes just getting support while doing IVF can make it that much more successful too. But in regards to your question, it's what's their diet like? There's simple things they can do at home. Like, is it a clean diet? Are you eating a lot of sugar, processed carbs, unhealthy fats? Are you exposing yourself to a lot of pesticides and chemicals, things like that? Do you have your laptop on your lap all day long? What's that doing to your ovaries or your sperm count? Because that's the big thing right now. Men are having really low sperm counts, and they're looking at kind of what's that doing there. So there's a lot of things, but yeah, there's ways to kind of work together to make sure good results.
So now that we know how there's countless things that can cause infertility, it feels that way, but it's good that you're able to look at some
I don't want to
those
scare people, but there are so many different avenues, and I like to just address everything so you have the best, healthiest pregnancy possible.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get pregnant if your body isn't at an optimal place of health, right?
Exactly.
So what do you think are some of the most common things that you're seeing of the list that you've given us so far?
So the number one cause for infertility is something called PCOS. Some women don't even know that they have it, but it's when you have too much testosterone. So when that's the case, in my mind, I'm always asking why. Okay, so why do you have PCOS? Most doctors just say, you just have it, but I know it's too much testosterone. But why do women have too much testosterone? A lot of times it's like surges in their blood sugar, so that issues with their blood glucose. So it's that simple, addressing that, getting that under control, and then you can kind of take care of that PCOS. So that's the number one cause of infertility. So just looking at that.
So interesting.
I know. And then
Isn't it interesting that it's the most common and
no one else cause.
So and there's some women have their period and they're ovulating, but it's like, why, then you've got to look at why aren't you, getting pregnant then? So that's a whole nother route of things too.
So families that are dealing with these issues, how can they get the help then?
Honestly, if they're interested in trying a more holistic, natural approach before going IUI or IVF, they're more than welcome to do, come in together for a free consult and just see if maybe we're a good fit. Maybe that's a route they want to try before they do that.
I've heard so many wonderful success stories going the natural way, and I'm glad that you were able to share some of them with us today.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for being
you.
here. Again, Dr. Ashley is with Forward Natural Medicine, and we are with Girl Talk. We've got more coming up after the break.